For the past couple of years, it has felt like we're living through an absolute AI gold rush, right? I mean, almost half of all the world's private investment has been poured into it, pushing the stock market to insane new heights. But what if it's all just built on hype? Today, we're going to dive into 3 huge signs that suggest the AI investment bubble isn't just leaking, it might be about to burst.
First off, let's just zoom out for a second. This whole speculative investment thing, it is nothing new. We've seen this movie before. From the dot-com bust back in 2000 to the more recent crypto and NFT implosions, this cycle plays out time and time again. Some hot new tech promises to change the world, a tidal wave of money pours in, and then, boom, reality hits. So the big question is AI just the next name on this list?
And that really brings us to the heart of the matter. Is this time actually different? Or are we just watching the beginning of the end for the great AI boom? We've got 3 major clues that suggest this party might just be winding down for good.
Okay, our first clue is found in the technology itself. The core promise of the whole AI boom has been pretty simple. Just add more data, add more computing power, and these models will just get smarter and smarter forever. But, the evidence is starting to suggest we are slamming right into a hard wall of diminishing returns. So let's get into this concept, because it's super important. The efficient compute frontier. Think of it like a sound barrier for AI. It's this theoretical point where, once you hit it, you can throw trillions more dollars and 10 times the data at a model, and it's barely going to get any better. A big reason for this is we're literally running out of high-quality data on the internet to train these things on. So, the AI we have right now, it might be as good as it's going to get for a long, long time.
And this right here illustrates the point perfectly. I mean, the jump to GPT-4 felt like a revolution, didn't it? It was this massive leap forward. But the next generation of models, like a GPT-5, is now expected by a lot of experts to deliver only these tiny incremental improvements, even though the cost to build them is going through the roof. This is the efficient compute frontier in action, right in front of our eyes. All right, let's move on to our second clue, because this is where the story starts to build. If the technology isn't really getting much better, well, can it at least be profitable? The short answer? Nope. The economics behind the AI models we're all using today are, to put it bluntly, fundamentally broken.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at the data. According to a huge report from MIT, a staggering 95% of corporate AI pilot programs failed. They didn't increase profit, they didn't increase productivity, nothing. And what about that tiny 5% that did show some success? Well, the improvements were marginal at best, and the AI was basically stuck doing really specific back-office admin tasks. The big revolution just isn't showing up on anyone's bottom line.
Oh, and it gets worse. For a lot of people, AI is actually making their jobs harder. For example, a report from MIT found that AI coding tools can actually slow down developers because they create these weird, bizarre bugs. And get this, another study found that 77% of workers say AI has actually increased their workload. The simple truth is, these models just make too many mistakes to be trusted with most important business tasks.
So, what does this all boil down to? Look at this number. Even OpenAI, the biggest name of the game, is losing an absolute fortune. Just to break even, some analysts figure they'd need to charge every single user around $2,000 a month. That's not a business model. That's a money pit that's being funded entirely by speculative investment.
Now for our third and final clue. And this is where the story gets really compelling. The very people who created and profited from all this AI hype, we're talking the big investment banks, the tech giants, they're now quietly starting to sound the alarm and head for the exits.
I mean, this is basically the smoking gun. This isn't some random critic on the internet. This is a direct warning from Goldman Sachs, one of the key financial institutions that has been pouring money into this exact bubble. When the biggest players on the field start telling you the game's about to end, you should probably listen.
And the damage isn't just going to hit the AI companies like OpenAI and Google. No. As Goldman Sachs warned, the collapse is going to create a massive ripple effect. It's going to take down the whole data center bubble with it. That means all the infrastructure players, the companies selling the picks and shovels in this gold rush, like Nvidia, Amazon, and Oracle, they're all in the line of fire too. So let's just quickly recap what we've seen. We've got a technology that's hitting a performance ceiling, we have a business model that is just fundamentally unprofitable, and now we have the key investors who pumped up the bubble in the first place screaming that it's about to pop. When you put all that together, well, the writing seems to be on the wall.
So this leads us to the inevitable next question, right? Hype never really dies. It just finds a new home. It's a cycle that Wall Street really depends on to keep capital flowing. So, as investors get ready to jump from the sinking AI ship, what's the next big thing they're hoping we're all going to climb aboard?
Well, the answer is already here, and it's called quantum computing. It's being sold as the magic bullet, the technology that's going to solve all of AI's current problems, with its unbelievable promise of exponential power. The hype machine is already spinning up, full speed ahead.
But here's the catch. This quantum escape pod is full of holes. First, as you can see, the actual hardware for a genuinely useful quantum computer is at least a decade away, maybe even two. Second, and this is the really big one, the software is the real problem. These machines need totally new special algorithms to even work. And here's the kicker. For the main jobs we'd want to use them for, like AI and chemistry, those essential algorithms, they just don't exist. And many scientists think they might never exist.
And all of this leaves us with one last really crucial question. We're seeing this cycle where one bubble built on these shaky promises is just being replaced by the next one. So if the revolutionary technology is always 10 years away and the profits never actually show up, it kind of forces us to ask, what is it that we as a society are actually buying into?